with some ideas for using the Tonic Craft Kit number 2, which is a lovely seasonal inspired set with lots of details that you can use for your crafting. And I've concentrated today on making elements that you might use for your Christmas gift giving. So the first one I'm going to show you is this simple box, which you can use for chocolates or whatever you want to give, jewellery or whatever. And I've just made a very simple box with some corrugated card I got lying around, but toned in beautifully with these handmade papers that you get in. And it's hard to see, but they are absolutely beautiful. They even have a slight shimmer to them. And I've also used some of the gold card as a layer underneath. And to make this, all I've done is I've used the stamp set. If I show you the stamp set here, these two images here are actually mirror images, which are really useful when you're creating something like this. So all I've done is I have stamped it that way there, and then used the other one as a mirror image, stamped it there. I've stamped it in the Nouveau clear mark ink, and then added white embossing powder, heated it, and then I've coloured it in using the Nouveau markers that you get as part of the kit as well. So I've coloured it in with the green, and because you've got a heat embossing line, it's actually really easy to follow the line. If you get over the line slightly, don't worry. I mean, it is alcohol ink, so it will actually colour onto the white embossing area, but it doesn't matter. And then I've actually used, although it's not in the kit, but you'd be able to have something like this similar at home, one of the glitter marker pens, which tones in beautifully. Stamp the sentiment from the stamp set, and then I've used these gorgeous mini Nouveau drops that come with the kit as well to finish it off, and I've just tied a ribbon round. So that's the first idea. Okay, the second idea is using the die set, and I have made this tag. Okay, now at first glance it isn't, I know they're holly leaves, they're not a poinsettia, but if you don't look too closely you do get away with it. And when you've got the die set, you can see here you've got these sets in the middle, which are the smaller sets, which are not the frames. The frames are beautiful, but I'm just using this smaller set here. So I've die cut them out using the gorgeous satin cardstock, which I absolutely love. It's just about to see how beautiful it is. And I've just cut them out and then folded them. Now what I've done is I've actually used another part of the kit, which are the poinsettias, and I've actually dismantled them. So obviously you can use them as they are, they're beautiful like that, but I thought I would try and do something a little bit different with them. So if I get them here, look, all I've done is I've removed the back and removed the middle, and if you give it a bit of a tug it will come out fairly easily. And then I've just started using the back. I mean, you can see here you might have little bits of the red when you remove it, but it doesn't matter because you're just using the base of the poinsettia as the base for your flower. So all I've done is I've just used a bit of Nouveau glue, and I've just taken one layer round and then added a second layer, and then once you've finished, it's hard to see, but the hole that you've got left there, all you're going to do is pop the centre back in, obviously put some more glue on it, put the centre back in, push it through like that. And then once it's glued and dried, I just used a wire cutter, so I could cut the bottom off so it sat flush, and then I've just popped it on there. Now this little bit here, I'll just move those out the way. This gold area here, I've used the Nouveau Flakes, which come as part of the kit as well in this really cute little bottle. I've done a really quick and easy way of using the flakes. All I've done, double-sided tape, and then you just peel it off and then open the flakes. Don't do this in a windy room because they'll go absolutely everywhere, all over you as well. And then just pull out the flakes. If they're crunched up a little bit, just neaten them out, straighten them out, and then you're just going to place them on, and you're just going to press them down, and you're going to do that the whole way. If you've got little holes here like that, just put another layer on top and just press, and then rub the edges, and it will come good. So that's a really quick and simple way of doing that. The last two ideas are really quick and easy. This one here is a place card that I've kept quite simple. You can obviously add lots of embellishments and little drops and things to it, and that again is using the stamps. So I have just popped it on, it's using this one rather, popped it on that way, and then turned it round and stamped it that way, and I've stamped it in the red Nouveau ink. And then if you have a look, you can see I've got some gold glitter marker, and I've used my green pen from the kit to colour around, and the lines are nice and thick between, so it's not difficult to colour in at all. And then I've just plopped it like that, so you can imagine you can either put the name at the slant or print it out and place in the middle, so you've got a little place card that you could use for your Christmas table. And the final idea, which you saw a little sneaky bit before, is this wreath. Now it's actually much simpler than it looks. I've used the very smallest stamps in the set. You can see here these little ones here, so I've just popped them on, and I actually used the inside of one of my sellotapes, so I just put a pencil line around the middle on a piece of card, and then I got my stamp, okay, and I used the berries as the point that would remain the same the whole way around. So I started off and I stamped it and put the berries just below the line, and then instead of going around all the top to make sure it fitted in okay, I did a bottom one and then went to the next one and then the next one, just making sure they touch. And because they're clear stamps, it's nice and easy to see where you've lined them up. I've cut them out. You obviously wouldn't have to do that if you don't like fussy cutting. You could put it on a die cut circle, or you could just leave it on the base of your card as part of one layer card. So to colour it in, if you've not used these alcohol pens before, they're really easy. All you need to do is, I'm just using 2 colours. All I'm doing is literally adding the depth, darker colour in the middle, just by a stroke like that, and straight away colouring it straight over. You don't want to let the ink dry, otherwise it's much harder to blend. So just colour over with a lighter colour. You won't transfer the colour, so don't worry. Do the same with that, just a quick flick. Obviously I'm not being super careful, so you would do a much better job. So just colouring these in like that. So we'll just colour the last one in. So you can see it's really easy to use the pens. And so those are my projects. I hope you've enjoyed looking at them. Do have a look at craft kit number 2. It is a really exciting kit. See you soon. Bye.